Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Our biggest glitch yet has just happened in FC 25, and it has resulted in EA Sports giving out free Erling Haalands. Not just gold Erling Haaland, but 94 rated winter wildcards, 1.2 million coins, Erling Haaland from a guaranteed winter wildcards pack that was literally glitched to be giving out only Haaland for a certain amount of time. And EA's compensating it, guys. We need to talk about that. It's really messed up, this situation, and it's probably the biggest guaranteed glitched pack mistake that we've had since the Team of the Year Messi or the League One Tots from last year in FC 24. But on the bright side, we do have a brand new NumeroFUT promo that kind of surprised us with some decent SBC content and evolution that's honestly a lot better than I expected it to be. It's sneaky good with the playstyle that it gives, and this promo's off to a decent start, we'll be honest. Now, will that continue today? We got to dive into that because these cards are out in packs for longer than normal, and if you look at this team of players, it's only 4 different numbers that they are representing in this main team. There are more players to come, all based on the kit number, with multiple different mini releases coming into packs over the weekend and in the next week and a half that this promo is going on. So there is so much to discuss today, guys. If you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Let's start by looking over yesterday's content and get through it as fast as we can, but making sure we get everything covered by going to objectives where we had the Ait-Nouri NumeroFUT card here. It is a 2-version player pick where you can choose for a more, maybe a slightly attacking version and a slightly defensive version of a left back Ait-Nouri. Really easy to get done. If you're finishing off some objectives like I am today, just play squad battles, put the players in you need for this, which is just 3 players from a Premier League. Really easy to get done, whether you're playing rivals or squad battles. You can't do it in champs, unfortunately, but that is a decent card. Again, you get a 1 of 2 player pick. It's either this Nouri with the yellow kit with Jockey Plus, which I personally think is the better one, or it's this Ait-Nouri with Rapid Plus, who's got a little bit more pace, better dribbling, and better physical, but less passing and defending. I think this is the better card, especially for future Evos. He's got better defensive playstyles as well, so that is my pick if you get that objective done for who you should pick from that one. Now, let's go to evolutions because, guys, this evolution that they dropped yesterday is sneaky good. It's called Remember Kleiber. What a name for an evolution, by the way. If any of you guys played FIFA 21, you remember the right back showdown Kleiber card that took the game by storm, and this evolution is based off of his card. It gives a center back position boost, big defensive boost. It gives defender roll plus, and it gives intercept plus as the playstyle. That's why this is sneaky good, because there's a lot of requirements in here, but you can evolve players that are 86 rated that get intercept plus. Now, as somebody who's used Rafael Varane's end of an era card with intercept plus, this playstyle is very, very overpowered, and you don't just put this on a center back or a right back inside of this Evo. You can use left backs. You can use like this 85 centimeter Bentancur. I can give him the intercept plus playstyle as a part of this. I think there's no restriction on the position. If you have a card that fits one of the many requirements, there are like a lot of requirements, but at the same time, it also fits a lot of players. It's mostly for defenders, of course. Even I'm noticing here, max 10 playstyles. That's awesome as well. The one thing that I don't like about this is the stat limits are kind of low. So you're not getting the biggest of stat boosts, but it's still pretty solid. You get Bruiser, you get the cosmetic Evo upgrade. Again, intercept plus is the biggest thing. The nice defensive boost that you get there is too. 88 interceptions, pretty cool. Slide tackle playstyle, defender plus, and the center back position. That's what's creating some really crazy cards in this. You can put Ferland Mendy and get a center back Mendy card. You can do other left backs or right backs and get the center back position added to them. Not necessarily saying they're going to be good in that position in game, but it at least gives you the option to put them there if you think it's somebody that could fit into that spot. And then same thing, like this Dalot is one of the most hyped cards to go into this Evo. Look at that card with Intercept Plus and Bruiser added to him. He's already cracked. This card's going to be insane. Would he be really good at center back? I mean, he is 6 foot. He's 4-star, 4-star. He's going to have the Defender Plus because this Evo gives it. It's something to think about, and it's just an added option, especially for Evos down the line. As you're evolving a player in this, that's something to think about. So some of the cards that go the craziest in this, though, are some of our normal big names. Van de Ven. This card is always a playstyle plus away from being crazy. Van de Ven track stars goes into this evolution and he goes up 6 passing, 1 dribbling and 1 defending, but you get the Intercept Plus added to the card. I actually traded with this Vanderbilt card yesterday because he went up a whole bunch. He went from like 150K to 200, then went back down to 160. I bought him there and just sold a couple of them at 188 to 187,000 coins. He looks good in this. This Kyle Walker chain is crazy as well. You can basically create the center back Kyle Walkers of old in old FIFAs. You can put him into Artist, Weak Foot Upgrade, and Remember Kleiber. This is just one of the chains for him. And you can get a 4-star Weak Foot Kleiber with all 84 plus and the important defensive stats with 89 pace, of course, and the Intercept Plus. That's a sick card right there as well. So this has a ton of potential. I'm really excited for that one, and I think that Evo was leaked a while back too. It's just a really good one. I like that it's free. It's a decent number of games. It's a little bit of a grind, but I love that evolution. It's going to be great for chains. It's going to be great for a whole lot of things. Now, let's go to the SBC section to keep things moving along here. The big SBC yesterday was, again, one of the parts of content that we actually really like, and it is the Pedro Neto SBC, where you have the choice between two different versions of Pedro Neto, exactly what we talked about in yesterday's video. You got a 5-star skills, dribbling, technical plus Pedro Neto, and you've got a 5-star weak foot finesse plus Neto card. Now, I've already completed this SBC, and I went for the finesse Neto. I think this is the card that most people are going for, just because his play styles and the weak foot, I think, is clear compared to the dribbling card. He's got finesse plus, he's got power shot, pinged, incisive, rapid, Trivela, relentless, and quick step. He's got inside forward plus on right wing and right mid. False 9, which is where I played him. I think he's going to be better in the right wing spot. I'm going to be honest after using him at striker, but he was still okay there. This is a great card, and the price is the best part. 144,000 coins. I did this virtually free from my club. Now, granted, I did open a big store pack yesterday with coins. It was terrible. Don't do it. Another reminder not to do that, but I think that SBC is incredible. It's actually incredible for a lot of people, as you can tell by the number of thumbs up on Futbin, and by the fact that players like this Caroline Graham Hansen are down loads since content yesterday. She was 687k, she's now 618. Right wings across the game have dropped in a lot of different areas, even some strikers, because of this SBC right here. So I think Pedro Neto is a really good card. A lot of people are comparing him to the Leroy Sané that we had a couple of weeks ago. I get that. I think Pedro Neto is more OP in game, but if you want to do that one, go ahead and do it. Again, links to Cole Palmer, really easy links there. Of course, as a lot of us have done an SBC. I really like that Pedro Neto. It's a great one. Now, this is the other SBC we had yesterday, Shalene. Now, if I was looking for a false 9 plus striker, I probably should have done this SBC. She's got the finesse plus as well, and her card was 270,000 coins, even after it was leaked that she was going to be coming out as an SBC. This SBC is 160k. I know that fodder's in the absolute mud. We're going to talk about fodder in a second, and that's one of the reasons why this price is so cheap here. But you know what? If you want to use Lada Shalene as a new icon in FC 25, I love the price on this. Really easy to get done. It's 7 squads, but you know how icon SBCs work. That means it's actually 4 squads. You've got 84, 85, 86, 87. Super easy to get done if you want to try out her card. I like it. Now, the rest of the SBCs we had yesterday were upgrade packs. We had an 80 plus double, kind of like this is the new thing they're doing on Fridays for upgrade packs. They're dropping the 80 plus double to kind of bridge the gap between the player pick SBC that came last Monday that expired yesterday, and then the next upgrade pack that comes on Monday. This in between is what we have. 20 times repeatable per day, the 80 plus double. I did a couple of these. Nothing super crazy out of them, but it's nice to have something. New Team of the Week upgrade, and then the biggest news was that we had an 85 combo upgrade pack that was released yesterday. It'll be refreshing again today. It was an 84 squad with 185. I didn't pack any promo cards. I opened a bunch of packs yesterday before and after content, trying to pack a last-minute winter wildcards and maybe a NumeroFUT. I didn't pack any, to be honest. I can't really comment on how the pack weight is for this new promo team. It looks to be just average, not as good as winter wildcards, but this is definitely a fun one to try in SBCs each and every day because it's going to refresh. Now let's talk about fodder, because we talked about fodder as an investment on Rivals Rewards Day. I still think fodder is a good buy, but it is starting to rise with the Neto, the Shalene SBC, and with I think a lot of people starting to save packs for Team of the Year, especially with these cards that are out right now. That's becoming a lot more popular. Look at the price of fodder, 5.7k for this pop card right now. Now, I will say, this card, I'm going to check it on the market because Futbin is having some issues. I think something's up with Futbin at the moment in terms of prices updating. This is just a general error report, I guess, FUTBIN is having some issues. So one thing I would tell you is before you list a card on the market today, make sure you check its price. I mean, Pop is actually 6.4. So that says price updated 1 hour ago in FUTBIN, but her price is actually accurate. She is 1.4 or 6.4. But again, you look at her graph, right? All 87s are 6.4K right now. They were yesterday in the 5.8K range. So they are now rising as people are investing for a potential icon pack coming out tomorrow. I still think it's an okay investment. But if you want to get 87s, I think you want to pay at 6K flat if you can, if possible. In 86s, I think you'd want to pay low 4K. I know they were lower than that on Thursday with Rivals Rewards. That was the best time to buy. But these cards, especially in the middle tier here, are starting to just inch up. Again, as there's not 8310s out that's giving us fodder all the time. And there's a few SBCs people want to do, but I think a lot of it is because people don't want to open packs at the moment. Now let's talk about the big issue. Yesterday, guys, with Erling Haaland, the Erling Haaland winter wildcards, which I had actually packed earlier on during last week, and now my Erling Haaland is no longer that unique because this card was given out by EA to a lot of people yesterday. The big glitch that you're seeing talked about, you want to hear what it is, we're going to cover it, guys. Right after content yesterday, there was a specific pack people started noticing that was giving out only Erling Haaland, even though it was supposed to give out a guaranteed any Winter Wildcards player or Winter Wildcards hero. It is this pack right here, the Season 4 Weekly Play Completionist pack. A lot of us got this last week as we were getting this objective done, the Season 4 Weekly Play, which refreshed yesterday. You can go for this for a second week. This week's reward is a NumeroFUT player guarantee, right? Maybe not as exciting as the Winter Wildcards, but people who had not completed this objective last week were able to complete it today. And if they opened, they were still working on it, right? This objective refreshed, but if you had games still yet to play, you could finish those games. The objective didn't refresh for you. You could finish those games, and then you could claim this pack. And basically, after the Winter Wildcards went out of packs, something happened with the pack weight on this specific pack right here, and it started giving out literally only this Erling Haaland card. We watched it on SharePlay. A couple of people completed the objective. They had finished it off. They opened the pack, and it was Haaland every single time. It was mad. 100% a glitch, and EA fixed it pretty fast. Now, of course, once again, this objective only worked for people who had not completed the objective already, and if you think about the number of people that this actually applied to, I don't think this was as big as the Team of the Year Messi glitch or even the League One Team of the Season rewards glitch from last year in FC 24 because so many people had already completed this objective even without even knowing it. All you had to do was score in 10 games of Squad Battles or Rush and score in 10 games of Division Rivals or Champs. If you're somebody who regularly plays this game a couple times a week, you probably got this done. You don't have to claim anything. It's just SP. You probably opened this pack last week like I did, after randomly getting the objective done, and you packed like Maeda, the left wing, or some fodder, Winter Wildcards player, like basically all of us got. Well, for some crazy reason, this game became glitched yesterday, and it was giving out only Haaland from this pack for about an hour and a half. But again, I want to reiterate, I think this mistake's a lot smaller than Team of the Year Messi, like a lot smaller, because it wasn't like everybody was going after this objective at once. Most of us had already completed this objective. It was only a handful, not a handful, more than a handful, but a smaller amount of the community had not completed the objective and we're going to finish it. So that is what happened. Now, if you take a look at Haaland's price, he actually had a big rise and then a big drop. His price kind of went crazy yesterday, and he's still around the same price that he was. Again, remember when Team of the Year Messi, that whole thing happened? He was packed untradeable, but his price dropped a considerable amount before rebounding back later on. Haaland's price didn't really move that much. I think that's a testament to how many people actually took advantage of this. But this is the real problem, right? Again, it's a problem we'll talk about in a second, but this is where the bigger issue kind of is continuing. EA mentioned this. They fixed it after about an hour and a half of the pack being glitched. They said, we've recently resolved an issue with the pack. They said impacted players will be messaged in-game in the coming days. So this reads like EA is going to compensate the people that actually packed Haaland when the pack was glitched. That's crazy. Like, what do they need compensation for? If you got Haaland, you took advantage of a glitch that EA happened. I don't know what else to say. Like, that happened. The glitch happened. The pack was giving out guaranteed Haaland. It was coded incorrectly. Something happened. It's giving out Haaland. You took advantage of it. That is like your compensation in a way. But somehow these players are going to be messaged in game. Now, it doesn't say they're going to be like given anything, but whenever EA tweet about something, usually it involves them giving something back, because technically that pack was glitched and it only gave out Haaland, which is wrong. But that's crazy, man. That is absolutely crazy. Guys, these situations are never fun. There's never a winner. The only winners in these situations, I take that back. The only winners in these situations are people who actually packed Haaland from that pack yesterday. And if you did, GG's. It's kind of like other compensation situations where you got on at the right time and you packed a card. You got on, all of the places fell into the spots perfectly for you to get the card, right? And that's a GG. You're happy if you got Haaland, but of course you're mad or you're sad if you didn't, because you weren't able to take advantage of it. You don't get the advantage that other people do. Guys, these situations, they never are fun. It just creates a whole frustration mix of emotions. And I don't think EA really ever win with these either, because it creates a whole lot of angry people in this game, makes a whole lot of people not want to play the game. Now when people see Haalands and FUT champs, they're going to have a negative feeling towards that. It's like, oh man, this guy packed Haaland. He probably didn't pack him, like I did the right way when he was actually in packs. They packed it from the glitch pack. Most of the community doesn't win with this. It's very, very unfortunate. But to be honest, this is something that it happens a couple times every year. And we've come to not accept it or get comfortable with it, but we start to notice it, and it just kind of happens. And EA is probably going to say something again later this week whenever they give out the message in game, whatever compensation they gave out, and then they'll just keep rolling on because they've crossed their boxes, they've dotted their I's and checked their T's of whatever legal things that they have to do because their game messed up and gave out a pack with only a guaranteed, so that's the part of this that's really frustrating, because when EA mess up, of course, not everybody gets compensated because it is a glitch. Like, it is something that for those who were on and had the certain objective completion percentage where they could get it done, they could get it done. So I get it. It's frustrating, man. I know a lot of you guys are upset, and I would be rightly so too. I'm in a weird spot because I already had the Haaland. So now people think that I got it from the glitch, but I didn't. That's another story. But, I mean, it's never fun, man. Let's be honest, right? Let me know your situation down in the comments. I want to hear if you got Haaland, if you already opened your pack, if you didn't get him, or whatever it was, man. So I get it. It's frustrating. I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you. I can't wait to go play champs this weekend and see how many Haalands I really match up against. If it'll be as many as the Team of the Year Messi situation, or if it'll be a lot less. I think it'll be less. But we'll see. It's never fun. That's the bottom line. It's never fun when EA make mistakes like this, and we hate to see it, and we wish that they wouldn't happen, but they do from time to time, unfortunately. Now, some kind of byproducts of this are city cards actually are going up because people are packing Haaland like, oh, I got to get in my team now and link him, right? So Doku's a card that went up a lot yesterday. Some other city cards rose pretty well in the market. Let's turn the page and talk about this promo team, guys. The NumeroFUT squad of players that we have here. It is a decent team. The players that we're maybe not chasing in packs, but we actually have in packs right now, there are some big upgrades in here. Lewandowski. I actually picked up a Lewandowski. This is a pretty crazy upgrade, to be honest, over his player of the month. 7 pace, 2 everywhere else, and 4 passing and 4 dribbling with power shot plus. It's a pretty crazy upgrade for him there. Of course, the 5-star weak foot boost. That's an expensive card. I bought him yesterday for 1.5, sold him for 1.7. James Rodriguez, crazy card here, man. A lot of people want to try him out. I picked one up at 440, hoping that he rebounds a little bit today. These cards started very expensive as expected, and they dropped down a lot. But some of them, I'm already starting to see it right now, are going back up. Mapi Leon is a great example. You're like, Nate, who really wants to use this card? Well, Liga F links, Barca links. She was 308,000 coins when I checked 30 minutes ago. She's now 350. Jonathan Ta was up at 800,000 coins yesterday. Again, we said these cards were going to be rare. They are. These cards are rare, and they're pretty expensive for where they probably should be on the market. This card was just 420,000 coins. He's now 498. I think that some of these will have price rises into today as people want to try them, and then I think they're probably going to dip down as we head towards content. So I actually bought a couple Lewandowskis here. Going to try to trade with him. You see my coins are low. Watch out for these cards. Some of them, like Lewis Dunk, seems very overpriced to me. Other ones seem believable in terms of their price, but I would expect by the time we get to the end of this weekend that some of them would drop down a bit more. Now let's talk about the rest of the market too, because there were a lot of prices that went up yesterday, But there are also some prices that went down. As I said, I flipped the Lewandowski. We flipped the Odegaard we were talking about. Had a couple of good trades here with the Natali. Gusto made a little bit on the Van de Ven, stuff like that. Rolfo is a card I sold one of my 6 that I bought for her. A lot of prices did go up. Those out-of-pack specials and those winter wildcard players that we had looked at and talked about, right? In terms of flips and investments, a lot of them ended up doing pretty good. A lot of them peaked, as we said too, during that weekend league time. You see this rise here on Sunny. Rose up and they kind of peaked. These flipping graphs are kind of chalked, I'll be honest. A lot of these graphs are kind of behind and not updating correctly. Sunny was like 1.3. He was over 1.3 mil for a short amount of time, right around the start of weekend league. That was definitely the peak of the market for a lot of these cards, and some stuff has dropped a little bit. Like I sold Rofo for 410, and right now she's 385, 390. I do believe she's going to rise back up a little bit today. People are playing foot champs. Saturday mornings are usually a good time for the market. I think the market can still do well this weekend for sure. And I think some of these cards are going to maybe even keep rebounding through the weekend. We'll see. It really depends on content. But I think at least today you'll see a bit of a kickback on prices. But the biggest news, apart from the general market rise and a good time to sell this weekend, like we've been mentioning, is we had price range updates. Take a look at this Rolfo card. She was extinct at not extinct, sorry, I keep using that term. She was minimum price, not selling on the market at 201,000 coins. Her price has dropped off. I actually just ended up buying 10 of this Rolfo. I got all the Rolfos right now. We got 10 of this Rolfo for right around 130, 129 to 131,000 coins I paid for her because I thought, man, that's really, really cheap. I watched her price drop. And I was like, man, that's a card I think a lot of people are going to want to try. She is starting to rebound a little bit, but that is something I want you guys to watch for today. On some of these cards, I got price range updates, whether it's a guy like Juan Mata, who's now this card. Who wouldn't want to try this card for 11K? That's a really risk-free investment. Buy one of those, put it in your club. He should have a little bit of a rise over the next couple of weeks. Kobe Mainu, he was just down at 14K. He's 17,000 coins right now. This guy was 40,000 coins. And sure, a lot of people have packed him, but it's Kobe Mainu. People are going to want to try this card. Again, we've been saying low budget is the best budget right now for trading and investing on this game, and I still stand by that. Now, with a lot of these cards being listed up on the market, like we talked about, there was a whole bunch of supply. Some of the prices look like they're still going down. You see Kobe Mainu here? He's chilling around 15K. At some point today, I think some of these prices are going to start to rebound. It just depends on every single card, how many of them there are, how rare the player is. This Milito is, wow, that's really cheap for Milito. Like, I know it's a center back for a player who's normally a striker, so it's kind of a weird one, but that's a crazy card for 98K, to be honest, with 2 playstyle pluses. I think you want to keep an eye on the rest of these cards that got their price ranges updated today from Teams 2 and Team 3. Just watch them, okay? Because I think there's going to be opportunities on a card like Beth Mead. 21,000 coins right there. That's a really good card with 2 playstyle pluses for 21,000 coins. This isn't an investment that you're going to buy right now and sell tomorrow and make... Oh, she's actually up. Okay, just kidding. I'm on the wrong card design. This isn't an investment that you're going to buy right now and make coins on later today. This is an investment that you're going to pick up, hold for maybe a week, maybe even a little longer than that, into not quite Team of the Year, but a little bit before that. And you'll probably make some coins on it there because winter wild cards are kind of like the new baseline meta for cards in this game, especially this Beth Mead with 2 playstyle pluses. Like 20K for this card, low 20Ks. That seems pretty cheap to me. 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot, English, Arsenal links, sure, Women's Super League, not Prem, but Trickster Plus as well, and Rapid. That's just I've heard she's really good in game as well. That's the type of card that you'd want to look at, and I think those are more longer term investments that most of them should do good over the next week or so, especially low budget. Focus on the bigger names. Focus on those players that people are going to want to use, like Kobe Mainu. I think the Beth Mead would fit in there as well. Again, Winter Wildcards teams 1, 2, and 3. None of the other out-of-packs cards had their price ranges fixed, like that Modric Centurions is still minimum price as of right now. So maybe you don't mess with any of those, of course, since they haven't been upgraded, but maybe some of the other ones you do. Same thing with the icons and the heroes, like we mentioned, Milito. Other cards like Ocampos is now 13K. Like, I mean, if this card goes to 11, 12K, you might as well stock one. Like, who wouldn't want to try Ocampos, 4-star, 4-star? Striker, who's normally a goalkeeper. Kind of a weird one there. Maybe Scott as well for the links that she has as a hero. you would want to be invested in at least for 1 or 2 as well. So again, those are investments that you could make now, or maybe even wait till they start to rise a little bit. Then you can go ahead and make an investment. I was just like with Rolfo, it looked like she was getting too cheap. She's one of the most meta cards, and I think the rare ones will start to rise a bit more too. I actually picked up some David Neres at 23K. I was like, hey, that's pretty cheap, and maybe we have Lukaku coming. So that's kind of the thought process, at least for me, behind some of those investments with the price range updates there. Watch those cards today. A lot of people will be watching them. And remember, you're playing kind of the long game with those. It's not an investment for today or tomorrow. It's an investment to buy today or tomorrow, and then hopefully see a rise within a week or so, kind of wearing the storm with the market. And those are low tier cards that you're looking at, so it should be pretty safe there. Now let's kind of move past all of that and talk about today content wise, because we do have some anticipation for content today in evolutions and in SBCs. The first thing that I want to start off with though is the actual website about this NumeroFUT promo. EA said that they are going to be releasing a smaller squad releases, a host of smaller squad releases, one for each number between a 1 and 11. And if you take a look, I don't know if you guys noticed when I mentioned it, if you take a look at this current promo team, there's only 3 numbers being represented by this promo team. It is number 10, sorry, it's 4 numbers. Number 10, number 9, number 4, and number 5. Those are the 4 different numbers represented by every player in this promo team. And if you take a look, again, that's 4 of the numbers. That means we have 1, 2, 3. We've already got 4 or 5. That means we're going to have 6, 7, and 8 still to come in packs. We still have a couple of players like Ait Nuri is number 3, so we've already got him. Pedro Neto, I believe, is he like number 9? Pedro Neto, I think, is number 9, if I remember correctly. Or no, he's number 7. Pedro Neto's number 7. But in packs wise, we are still looking for many of the numbers, which is why I think one of the maybe 2, 3, maybe 4 mini releases. I don't know how many mini releases we're going to get with this promo team being out in packs for a long time. But this is mini release number 1, allegedly. This could be today. This could be on Sunday. With multiple mini releases coming, it sounds. Maybe there's one today. We don't know exact dates. Usually mini releases are on Sundays, but who knows? This is the official one of the mini releases with Kamavinga, Gilmore, Minge, Stiller, and Douglas Agosto. Again, all number 6s or number 8s as center defensive mids. So that's the Kamavinga card that a lot of people wanted to see. So that's going to be coming in a mini release soon. It kind of seems like EA is just going to sprinkle cards in packs as we had throughout the week. Same thing with Goretzka. He is allegedly not in the next mini release, but he is going to be in one of the mini releases. And that also brings me to talk about the time that these cards are in packs. You can't see it behind the face cam here, but maybe when you're loading into the game, you'll notice that these NumeroFUT cards, they're in packs for a whole 11 days. They're going to be in packs for a week and a half. It honestly seems like with these mini releases, and even as we get to next Friday, these NumeroFUT cards are going to kind of be in packs for a whole week and a half, and then EA is just going to keep adding mini releases and players that are going to be in packs. They're going to add the different numbers of players in packs until we get to next Wednesday, when they will all go out of packs, and then we'll have Team of the Year warm up. So that's kind of the schedule at a glance for a longer term, what we're looking at with these cards. So watch out with more cards being added to this game, maybe today, but probably tomorrow, and then later on this week, and then next Friday as well. So that's something that's a bit different about this promo. Just one last glance at EA's website too. They said there's going to be number-themed Evos. That's one thing I mentioned in yesterday's video that I was hoping to see. Something related to Evos, related to the numbers of the players on the pitch and the positions that they play. That's kind of cool. SBCs, including moments and flashbacks. We might see one of those today. And flash rush events. We have not seen any new flash rush events yet. So that's just kind of a little bit of detail on what's to come. Now, speaking of today's content, we already talked about the mini release. That could be today. Let's look at SBCs, because we had the Neto and the Chelin. We have official stats for Lukaku and Mane. My guess is we're getting one of those two today, either Lukaku or Sadio Mane. Mane's got 88 rated center attacking mid with 91 pace, 90 dribbling. A little bit low on the passing. He's got rapid plus. He better have 5-star skills and a 4-star weak foot as a cam. That could be a fun card there. But Lukaku looks to be the one for me who could maybe be more crazy. Power shot plus Lukaku with 90 physical, 90 shooting, and 88 pace, along with at least okay passing and dribbling as well, and power shot. That's going to be that's going to be a beast of a card, let's be honest. And the way EA have been running SBCs, it shouldn't be that expensive. I mean, guys, if you take a look at Lukaku's inform, he's getting plus 4 pace, 4 shooting, 4 passing, 6 dribble, 5 defending, and 6 physical. Probably going to get a skill move boost there too. And this would be an absolute beast of a card. He's probably going to have power header, probably going to have press proven, and obviously power shot plus. That's an SBC that I'm kind of interested in for sure. That's why I picked up a couple of the Neres. Either that's going to be today or Mane. Wait for the official leaks before content. But you could see players that would link to either of those cards, like Cristiano Ronaldo. A couple of his versions are already up in price, like the Total Rush, the Globetrotters, as people are thinking, okay, Sadio Mane's coming out, so I'm going to buy some links, because Sadio Mane would be a little bit tougher to link, being in the Saudi league with his nation for sure. Like, this Ronaldo is 199,000 coins, like compared to where he's been in the past couple of days. I think he was 230 at one point, if I remember right. Yesterday he was up, he was up at 235. Thursday he went from like 195k to 223. So I mean, I only have 200,000 coins, but I'm kind of interested in maybe spending that last 200k on one of these Ronaldos. Maybe if I can catch one on bid under 200k, because that's a card that looks like he maybe could go up if we're getting Sadio Mane. Same thing if we're getting a Lukaku. Maybe a card like this Maicon would go up, because people would want to be crossing the ball into that Lukaku, and this Maicon is actually down in value, 130,000 coins. That's a bit low for him compared to where he's been. So maybe that's something you look into. Links to Lukaku and links to Mane whenever it is leaked that we're getting one of those today. I'm sure it'll be leaked before content, and almost always is. And then the last piece of content that we're looking for today, of course, is an evolution. And it's not just any special evolution. Could today be, since the first attacking avalanche is expiring, I put my boy Christian Pulisic in it. Today's the last day to put somebody in attacking avalanche 1. Could this be the day that they do attacking avalanche 2? Or is the attacking avalanche evolution, as previously mentioned, potentially broken with chains? Will we not get this Evo today? Will we get this one that Foot Agent has said is coming? He says this evolution is paid, and it's about a Trickster Plus Evo. But it's an Evo that if you already have a Playstyle Plus, you won't get Trickster Plus. So it's a paid evolution. EA like to have a couple of paid evolutions out at the same time. Let's see. Did he tweet anything else about this? He said this evolution is paid. No, he didn't say anything else. He said it's a paid evolution, and it's going to give Trickster Plus. Now, with this attacking avalanche going away, and then of course you have El Hombre Bala, the Roberto Carlos Evo, still being paid here too. Usually, at least this year, it doesn't seem like they want to have more than 2 or 3 paid Evos out at the same time. So maybe we're going to have a new paid Evo today. It'll either be a Trickster one or attacking avalanche 2. That would be what I would expect. And again, probably a whole lot more market movements. You see me again pretty invested, probably going to buy a couple more cards. These are just quick flips, to be honest. Hopefully the Rolfo can rise back up, the Neres can rise back up a bit too. And the Lewandowskis that I picked up in the low 1.1s, hopefully he can go back to 1.2 to 1.3, because based on how these cards are moving, people want to try them out. Like, I want to go use the Haalands that I just bought, even though he hasn't gone up much. Yeah, he's still 440. I kind of want to go try him out, bro, because it's Haalands, and he's got the 5-star, 5-star. I can't believe they actually gave him that boost. So I think this promo has its ups. It has its downs. The Haaland glitch is definitely the negative to this. And I know that some of you guys are even saving all of your packs. Personally, what I'm going to implement this week is a pack save for all of the packs that are higher than probably 83 guaranteed. I'm going to start stashing away all of those. One thing I will tell you to do right now that you can get ahead on in terms of Team of the Year club preparation is make sure you do your daily gold, silver, and bronze upgrades every day. Even though right now they don't feel as useful, do those every single day. Stock your club and get it full before Team of the Year, because that's going to be a huge help once Team of the Year comes along. So that's one thing I would mention to do when you log into the game each and every day. Anyways, that's a long freaking video for a Saturday. Enjoy the footy that's being played today if you're watching any of those games. Enjoy your, do your best to enjoy FUT Champs. Get those Evos done. I'm going to be grinding out some Evos today. The Flash Evos expire today, and your boy has got a sick little chain that I'm working on for a USA center back for the name Walker Zimmerman. But I got to get Pulisic done today, and even this Musa Evo, I don't think I'm going to end up getting done either. There's so many Evo games that I've put off. I'm sure a lot of you guys are with me on this, that you're kind of behind on them. So make sure you get those done, because those Flash Evos do expire today. See, I got to do all 3 of them today. I'm cooked. I'm going to go finish those guys. But if you enjoyed the video, drop a thumbs up on it, comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys on the YouTube tomorrow. Make sure to check out the second channel vid yesterday of us playing some Weekend League with the Pedro Neto. working the market, and it was really wild. You can see the live reaction to the Haaland whole glitch in that situation too if you want some more conversation on that. That's on the second channel. I'll link it above here. I will see you guys in the video tomorrow. It's been TheFutAccountant. Have a great Saturday. Peace out.